we're dealing with monsoon, humidity. But right now, flooding is taking a little bit of a back seat, and that's some good news. I want to show you the current situation in different parts of the state. Right now, Navajo Lake, not very active. Few clouds out there. Humidity is up in areas like Buffalo Thunder, but it's been mostly overcast like this through a great portion of the state. And it's because it is so overcast that we are not seeing the development of severe storms. Oftentimes, whenever the clouds keep that sun from penetrating to the ground and that causing convection to create thunderstorms, well, that kind of blocks us from that big flood threat. But still, we have to play it safe because we know that any one of these storms could prompt some problems, just like this flash flood warning, including some areas near Wagon Mound up really toward the northeast. But you can see a good cluster of storms out here from Taos down toward Mora. At this moment, there is a flash flood warning now issued just about a few minutes ago for this area right here. That is part of the Hermit's Peak Calf Canyon burn scar. And that's consistent with what we've been seeing on radar. There have been some storms kind of training or repeating storms over the same area. Right now, there's some isolated lightning and thunder moving through Santa Rosa, also through Vaughn. No warnings associated with that. And I'm very happy to report that we are getting rain across the southeast, but we are not getting flooding in Ruidoso. Those storms are staying away from the burn scars, and that really is giving them some valuable reprieve from this summer's flooding. Out in the mountains, out in the Gila, we're looking at some high elevation showers, but this is the footprint of that watch for the rest of the day. It's going to be until 9 o'clock for most areas, and that means that we're expecting to see that by the time we get into the early morning hours, we'll be done with most of the storms throughout the state. Low temperatures, going to be comfortable. We're looking mostly at 50s and 60s with some 50s and 60s down south. But check out tomorrow. There's going to be a lot of juice still in the atmosphere. Again, if we do have enough cloud cover, that'll sort of saw the edges off the intensity of the storms, but we'll still have rain, especially across the southwest. And through Thursday, isolated storms mainly sticking around the high terrain and out toward the west. But there will be the possibility of isolated activity pretty much anywhere across southern New Mexico as we get toward the weekend. Thunderstorms for sure in the North Mountains by Friday, but as we start getting to Saturday, Sunday, I'm expecting it just to drop to isolated rain chance, even in the south. So across most of the southeast for tomorrow, going to be a bit hotter for Carlsbad and Clovis. Places like Portales and Roswell going to be in the mid-90s. A chance for showers and probably a bigger chance for Ruidoso for tomorrow. Not the case for Roswell, but you can see Silver City still standing strong with that monsoon pattern for the rest of the week. Across the northeast for tomorrow, it's going to be a cool day, and that is because of ample storm activity and things like rain cooling the air down. It's going to help out quite a bit with the heat, but we will be looking at the potential, unfortunately, a burn scar flooding in the Hermit's Peak Calf Canyon burn scar. But across areas like Chinle, it's going to be smoke once again. I'm sorry. It's been pretty persistent out there, and mid-90s in areas like Farmington. Farmington looking relatively dry, but Las Vegas, you're still going to cash in on those big rain chances. And that takes us to tomorrow. Upper 60s Red River, lower 70s Angel Fire, and around 81 degrees with about a 50% chance of showers tomorrow afternoon. For Santa Fe, I think we're still looking at strong early afternoon to early evening chances for the East Mountains. And the same goes for the Albuquerque Metro, holding at about a 40% chance for most areas. A lot of that is dependent on storms around us making it into the Rio Grande Valley, but we're going to be holding at 40 at least till Friday. And hey, at least it kind of keeps that heat away as we get into the weekend.